Welcome back to the homestead. So this year seems like it's the year of the bird, whether it's our chickens, ducks, turkeys. We've been raising a lot of birds this year and we've been having a lot of success. And one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys today about is about turkeys specifically. Now, we've been raising turkeys for several years, and to be completely honest, we've had problems in the past. So I did a little bit of research and made sure that I knew exactly what things I can set myself up to succeed this year. And I wanted to share them with you because they're working. So the very first thing that you need to know is that if you're going to raise turkey poults, which is the term for a chick, you know, in chickens it's a chick, for turkeys it's a poult. If you're going to raise a poult, you want to make sure that you have 28% protein in your feed. Trust me when I tell you that 20% chick starter is not enough. You will lose your birds, and you may not lose them right away. It may take a little while, but they have to have 28% protein feed. All right, number 2, when you're raising these poults, make sure that you are able to keep them dry and keep them warm. They need the same kind of temperature as chicks, so they need to stay at that 95 and then decrease 5 degrees every week. But dry is important. Now, it's not so hard as it is for chicks because most of the time, turkeys are not as messy as chickens are. So they don't necessarily poop in their water, they don't poop in their feed. So it's gonna be a little bit easier, but you wanna make sure that you keep them dry and you keep them warm. Okay, number 3, poults require more space than chicks. So going along with point 2 about keeping them dry and keeping them warm, you gotta make sure though that you give them enough space because they're gonna grow much faster than chicks do, and they're going to require a little bit more square footage when they're in their brooder, and then even more so when you get them outside. If you have a pen for them or if you have some kind of structure for them, remember these birds can get to 20-30 pounds, you know, where a chicken may get to 10 or 12. So you definitely want to make sure that you have the space that they need. All right, number 4. And this is the one that I want you to really pay attention to. Sometimes turkeys just die, especially when they're young. It is very hard sometimes to raise these poults and to get them up to where they get to this stage. They will die for no apparent reason. Sometimes it's gonna be because of the dry or the space or the heat, but sometimes it just, you can't figure it out. They just die. So don't beat yourself up over that. It happens. All right, so number 5, if you're going to order poults from a hatchery or if you're gonna pick them up locally, please keep this in mind. Because of what I said, where turkeys can just die for no apparent reason, make sure that you don't just buy 1 or 2 or 3. I have a personal feeling that the reason why the hatcheries require that you buy so many, 10, sometimes 15, is so that you end up with some when it's all said and done. I'm sure it has something to do with how they stay warm when they travel or whatever. But I personally, when I hear people say, but the limit is 15, the first thing I tell them is, you need to order 15 just to make sure that you have a turkey for Thanksgiving. Because if that's your ultimate goal, you want to make sure you have one. And the bonus is, if for some reason you don't have any that die on you, then you can appeal to the people who don't want to buy poults and don't want to lose all of those 10 or 15 birds. They don't want to commit to that many. You can sell them as poults when they're this age, this juvenile age, and they're less likely to die. You could probably sell them for twice what you would sell them, you know, for as a chick. So yes, it's an investment, but it's to make sure that you get your ultimate goal, which is a turkey at Thanksgiving. Okay, bonus. I know I was only going to do 5, but I wanted to tell you one more thing. As these turkeys get older, be very wary of these things, because their wings will cut you if you're not careful. When you're carrying a turkey or you're trying to do something with them, make sure, exactly, make sure that you secure their wings, because I have known people who have gotten cuts on their face, on their arms, everywhere from these bad boys right here. Now, to be completely honest, full disclosure here, I started off with 11 of these black production birds, and I had 12 of the heritage breed. So that would have put me at 23. I'm now at 20. And when I tell you that turkeys just die for a reason, I'm talking from experience, because all of my heritage breed were doing great. And then all of a sudden I walked out one day and 2 of the Narragansetts were just dead. They weren't trampled on, they weren't dehydrated, the temperature was right, spacing was right, it wasn't cold. They just died. And everybody else was fine. There was no illness. So when I tell you from experience, it happens, I'm telling you, it happens. And you may be wondering about that one. That one, I still don't know what happened to it. It disappeared. One day it was in the brooder. The next day, the area that I had it covered with, a little bit of fencing, had been pushed off to the side, and he was nowhere to be found. And the only thing I can figure is my window was open. He went out the window, and either something got him or he went to go live a happy life somewhere else. Now, I hope that you enjoyed this video. For all of you people that are considering doing turkeys, definitely keep these things in mind when you finally make that leap. Hope that it helped you. Thank you for stopping by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless. Have a nice day.